I also have the Vikings going 9 and
You have
7.
a lot of winning teams. I think it just doesn't even out. It really just doesn't, but it doesn't matter.
75% of the
No,
teams.
I got
in
the
NFL.
last teams in a lot of divisions being horrible.
I get that, but like you have the first 3 teams being like 8-8 or better.
It's possible.
It's unlikely, but
It's
possible.
very possible. They beat each other up and stuff. It's possible. And I have who was the last team that I didn't
Lions.
name?
Lions.
The Lions. I mean, God. T.J. Hawkinson, big supporter, but the Lions are going to suck.
Okay.
I have them winning 4 games.
So
now we have the
NFC West.
NFC West. I think the Rams actually even got better in the offseason, adding Clay Matthews. I know they lost Joyner, but I don't think he was a real key part of their defense. So I have them going 13-3. I think they're awesome. I think they're, a push to get back to the Super Bowl. They're definitely. I think they're a top 2 team in the NFC, and I think they're going to pick up right where they left off. I had the Seahawks going 9 and 7, being a very good playoff contender, and then I have the
No playoffs?
We'll get to that. And then I have the 49ers going 6 and 10, and then the Cardinals going 4 and 12.
There's a lot of bad teams this year.
There are.
I think the NFC West is one of those divisions that you can pretty much lock in the winner.
Yeah.
I think the Rams are going to win with a very similar record to what Aquino just said. But you said 13.
I said 13-3.
I think 13-3 is a good 13-3, 12-4. I think is their realistic thing. I think the Seahawks are going to be 8-8, 9 and 7. It really depends on how the offense looks this year. I mean, Tyler Lockett's expected to take the leap to be the number 1 wide receiver in this offense. They're going to run the ball a billion times. They're going to probably give Carson and Penny 35 total carries in a game between the 2 of them. The Niners, it's really on Garoppolo. If Garoppolo is what he is expected to be and can be, they could win. They could have a
They could win 10 games if he's Jimmy Garoppolo this year. I just don't think he's there yet. I think he's still hurt.
And the Cardinals, I actually think, might surprise some people. I'm not saying they're going to win 9 games or even 8 games, but I think 6 or 7 wins would be a surprising improvement on them. And I think 6 or 7 wins is within reach if
Definite improvement.
if their offense is excels in the way that people believe it might. I think they have an opportunity to win 6 games. So I think once again, I think it's the Rams, and then I think it's the Rams are just head and shoulders better than everyone else in the division.
Surprise! I disagree with you guys. I am picking the Seahawks at 11-5 to win this division.
Okay.
I just think that they take a step up this year. They beat the Rams twice
Interesting.
during the regular season.
That's bold.
The Rams are going to be good. We all know the Rams are going to be good. But I have the Seahawks winning the division, 11-5. I got the Rams at 10-6, second place in the division. Let's go. I don't know. I kind of like. I'm a big fan of Kyler Murray. So
Short guy, obviously. You
bold
like.
prediction,
Short
short
guy.
QB.
People said he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Pip
Short QB swag. Come on. I'm going Arizona Cardinals, third place in front of the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay.
I'm going to say the Cardinals with Angelo. Let's say the Cardinals get 7 wins, 7 and 9.
Wow. Okay.
I think Jimmy Garoppolo might not play the whole season because he's going to be injured.
That's okay.
Based on
Again,
what? I'm sorry.
I just don't think he's healthy. I just don't think
Based
he's healthy.
on what? Why don't
He
you
just
think
didn't
he's
look.
healthy?
He didn't look great in the preseason.
I mean, he looked good in the preseason game 3.
Yeah, game 3 he looked okay.
I mean, he's coming back from a big knee injury. It's
Big
not
knee
easy,
injury.
but it's
I'm not saying
it's not
that.
an inclination of future injury.
I just don't know. I don't think he's 100%.
Sometimes, I kind of fuck with like just saying people are going to get hurt sometimes. It's
Kinda
Pretty fucked up. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
We got a Pip Curse here.
For predictions for a season, you got a feeling about someone a couple of years ago. I said Odell Beckham's going to get hurt. I don't know what it is. I just got that feeling. I don't feel like
Who was
he's
on the
gonna have
Madden
a top
cover?
5 season again. And
This year?
it was the Madden
Mahomes.
curse again.
Mahomes.
Oh yikes!
Yikes.
The Madden curse isn't a
Mahomes.
real thing
Oh,
anymore.
That's not good.
Brady
a real thing.
Brady won the MVP with
AB
it.
was fine.
AB was fine last
Okay,
year.
that brings me solace.
I think the last one that was bad was like Mike Vick got arrested, but
NFC South.
Oh wow.
NFC South.
NFC South.
I actually
Big division for Pep.
I'm sure he's going to pick like the Bucks winning the division. I think this division is going to be one of the more similar head to toe as far as records go. I think the Saints take a step back. I still think the Saints win the division, but the Saints won 12 games last year or 11.
I think they won 13.
Won 13. I think they fall back to earth a little bit. I think they go 10-6. I think the Falcons also go 10-6, and depending on their head-to-head records, I think I'll give the Falcons the nod here in the division this year.
The Saints went 13-3 last year.
So I think the Panthers take a step back as well. I don't even think they take a step back. I don't think they were great last year. I think the Panthers win 6 games, 6-10. I think the Bucs win 6 games, 6-10. So I'm picking the Falcons and the Saints to come out of the division. One in the wild card, one is the division leader. I think it's going to be the Falcons this year.
I got the Falcons going 11-5, win the division.
Damn it. I hate that he agrees with me.
Just wait till we get a little further down in these picks. You'll see why. I'm big on the Falcons this year.
I mean, we're at the end of the picks. We're going to the playoffs after this.
Yeah, exactly. Falcons are going to be good.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I got the Saints in second place, going 10-6. I think they take
so many 10-6 teams.
I think they take a
Too
step
many
back
10-6
this year.
teams.
The Falcons are just going to be very good defensively, I believe. They go 2-0 against the Saints. I think I don't know if Cam Newton's going to look. Cam Newton's a beast. Okay.
If he plays, he's shown he can be good.
If
but
he plays,
his shoulder's already an issue.
If he plays, they might. They might. They're going to compete for a wild card spot if he plays, in my opinion.
There's no.
But
reason.
I don't think
last year,
I don't think he's healthy all year.
Smacked by the Steelers.
I don't think he's healthy all year. I have them coming in last.
Facts.
I'm missing a team.
Bucks.
Okay, Bucks. I think the Bucks are going to be way better than people think. Bruce Arians, I hated Jameis Winston coming out of college. I think he's sucked so far. Bruce Arians is going to fix him. Jameis Winston is going to have a great year.
Bucks go what?
Bucks go 8-8.
Okay.
I have this is again
Wild card.
This is again why my picks are kind of boring to me. I've had more bold predictions in the past years, but I have the Saints going 13-3. It's the same exact record as they had last year. I just think they're still a dominant force in the NFC. I think they're awesome. Falcons kind of resurge from last year because their defense was just down. I have them going 9-7 this year, and then I have the Panthers going 7-9. I just don't believe that Cam Newton's healthy, and I don't think he will stay healthy for enough games to get them into the playoffs. And then I think the Bucks, I have them going 6-10 this year. I do like their offense. I think they have a lot of weapons on that offense, and maybe they're looking at trading for Melvin Gordon possibly. But that would be super interesting. But I think their defense is trash, and they're going to give up far more points than they put up, so that creates losses.
Okay, so we got the NFC wild card. I got the Saints going 10-6, getting a wild card spot, and I have the Rams going 10-6 as well. Every team that I picked goes 10-6. I don't know how that's possible, but it's going to happen. Angelo, NFC wild card.
I got the Saints and the Bears.
Saints and the Bears. Okay. I have the Seahawks and the Eagles as the 2 wild card
Fuck the
teams.
Birds.
That's actually, 2 birds. 2 bird teams.
I like
Seahawks and Eagles.
Fuck the Eagles. The Eagles, the real birds.
I have both those teams locked in wild card spots. And now are we going to our
AFC Super Bowl matchup and Super Bowl winner?
All right, so for my Super Bowl pick, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers beating the Green Bay Packers. Yeah, but my team's actually good, so.
Oh, my God.
But I think the Steelers, they don't have the 2 people that cause them to have their locker room break down last year. They don't have AB. They don't have Le'Veon Bell. James Conner has shown more than able-bodied to take over, be the running back that they need. Juju is going to take a step forward, be elite this year. Moncrief and James Washington are both going to be solid. And Big Ben's one of the best to ever do it. So that defense is going to be better. Devin Bush is the real deal. They have a good defensive line. They have solid secondary. So I just think they have an opportunity to make it to the Super Bowl, and I think it's going to be Steelers-Packers, and I think the Steelers are going to prevail.
Pip, who you got?
Okay.
I'm just saying, just don't say. I get that they're a far better team than the Giants, but don't say Pip's bias for saying the Steelers are going to the Super Bowl. No one has them going to the Super Bowl.
I've had people saying they're going to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I was.
I do like the Steelers this year. I have them win the division. I just think it's slightly biased.
Me saying the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl is less egregious than Pip saying the Giants.
And I definitely should agree with you. I'm just saying you can't say that
it's my Super
all bias and no heart.
Last year, I knew the Steelers were not going to win the Super Bowl. This year, I think they have an opportunity. I think the defense is going to be much improved. Their offensive line is still elite. They still have a Hall of Fame quarterback. I think it's really whether or not Brady takes a step back. Because if Brady's still Brady and he still can take over when he takes over, it's going to be the Pats again.
So, yeah.
But
going off of that, I don't think Brady takes a step back. You got Bill Belichick playing mind games with Brady right now. They cut Brian Hoyer. They have Jarrett Stidham playing almost every snap in the damn preseason. Bill Belichick is sending a message to Tom Brady that he doesn't want him next year. And what do you think Tom Brady's going to do? Tom Brady's going to have an unbelievable
Tom Brady
year.
just signed an extension.
Yeah, I don't think that's being sent at all.
No. I'm telling you. Why? Okay. Why would they cut Brian Hoyer?
Because they think Jarrett Stidham is better.
They just drafted Stidham.
Yeah,
I understand that, but they played.
They only keep 2 quarterbacks usually.
Okay, with that, whatever. Within the next, how many years did Brady sign for?
2.
Okay. I don't know. I'm telling you,
he wants to retire in like 2 or 3 years.
He's not. He's playing until he's 50.
No, he's not.
He said he wants to play until he's 45. He's 42, so 3 more years. I think the contract actually runs for 3 more years. I think it runs it gets him to 45.
2 years, but I mean,
I don't know.
I think he can sign a 1-year
I think
deal
Belichick is playing mind games with Tom.
So who do you got?
So yeah, continue, please.
So I have the Patriots going to the Super Bowl, and I have the Atlanta Falcons in the Super Bowl.
Rematch.
And I have a rematch, and this time the Falcons do not blow a 28. What was it? 28-3
lead. Yep.
28-3 lead. The Falcons come out on top. Matt Ryan gets his first Super Bowl championship.
Okay. I have what was very possible last year as my Super Bowl prediction. I think it's the Super Bowl that everyone wanted, but no one unfortunately got. I have Chiefs against the Saints. I think.
My God.
What happens in the NFL?
80-80, 85-80.
That's exactly right. That's what happens in the NFL is whatever you get from last year, the exact opposite happens the next year.
Agreed.
It happens so often where, awful Super Bowl, great Super Bowl, low scoring, high scoring. Last year was what, 10-3 the final score? And no one, we always have those defensive stands out there saying, "Oh, it was such an exciting game," but it wasn't. It was 3-and-out punt, 3-and-out punt. It was awful. So I think this year you're going to get 2 offensive teams just going at it, scoring 40 points each. I think it's going to be a high-scoring Chiefs-Saints Super Bowl. Lock that in for me.
Interesting.
All right, so about the awards, who do you got for your awards, Aquino? We'll go most valuable player, defensive player of the year, offensive rookie of the year, and then we don't really need anything else. So those 3. Those are the 3 major ones.
Again, this is why I picked boring picks. I got Mahomes repeating. It is boring, but it also isn't because I can't remember the last time that there was a repeat MVP in the NFL. So I got Mahomes going in again as the MVP. And then, once again, I have repeating Aaron Donald at Defensive Player of the Year. I think he's just simply by far and away the best player in the NFL. I know that Khalil Mack's, always in the hunt, but I think that Aaron Donald's got that on lock. And then for Rookie of the Year, I have Josh Jacobs from the Oakland Raiders. I think he's bound to get a lot of touches this year, have a big production value in front of him. And those are my 3 picks.
I got for MVP, I'm sticking in Mahomes' division. I think it's going to be Philip Rivers this year.
Love it.
Especially if Melvin Gordon doesn't show. I think Melvin Gordon showing up would change my thought process in this. I think they're just going to air it out. Justin Jackson and Eckler are both good, but they're not hand the ball to him 20 times and
Definitely.
and deal with it that way. I think Rivers is going to have a good year. I think the offensive line could be the deterrent there because right now their offensive line is not great. But I think there's an opportunity for Philip Rivers to win his first MVP. Defensive Player of the Year, it's just simply going to be Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's probably the best player in the NFL.
He plays 16 games. Yeah. I can't see a scenario in which he loses it.
He's the best player. He's the best player in the NFL.
I agree.
Just fully. Then Offensive Rookie of the Year, I actually think last year, while I'm sure the 2 of them will disagree with me, I think it should have gone to Baker Mayfield just in the sense that being a quarterback and setting the NFL rookie touchdown record is impressive, and I think that should have been. Not taking anything away from Saquon, I just think the accolades Baker did was enough to put him in for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
But Saquon, proved that he's a top 3 running back in football, and he was a rookie last year.
I'm
can't say it's even fucking close with Baker as a top 3 quarterback in the NFL.
There's a lot more unreal quarterbacks than there are unreal running backs.
Okay, and that's true. And that's true. But even if you take a little bit away from the quarterback, from the running back position,
and also just straight up value to their team, I think Baker was a more valuable player than Saquon was, just because the quarterback position is more valuable. But I think the Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to come back to the quarterbacks. I think it's going to be Kyler Murray this year. I think the air raid offense is going to be good for him. I think he's going to rush for a good amount of yards, and I think it's going to be better than people think.
I agree. I got Kyler Murray as well as Offensive Rookie of the Year. We agree on a lot of stuff, Angelo. This is kind of crazy. MVP, I have Deshaun Watson having a big year for the Houston Texans. Better line, great weapons. They lost Lamar